particular drive it is not there. So just try to do it by your own, guys. Okay. So for example, the requirement is, but in this we are going to use some rule called data transform. But what is data transform, we are going to understand in the coming classes again. So if you take the customer design here, so I want to display the, see, whenever first and last name are given, so display the full name value automatically. So that is the requirement. So I'm going to remove the required option first of all here. For the first name, I'm going to remove the required option, because every time I'm executing that, so it will ask for the input every time. You can keep it in your system. See now here first name and all, whenever I display the first and last name value, I want to display the full name feature. Okay. See for that PEGA, whenever we are going to work on this, so I want to define this in a separate small subload I'll be creating. Give me 1 second. Okay, actually in the right side, I'm just adding this template. Okay, and see here for the layout level, I'm going to apply the refresh condition. See, whenever user give the first and last name, I want to display the full name for this field. So double click on these layout settings. See here you can see layout level, you'll be having an option called refresh conditions will be there. Okay, so coming to this requirement, see what will be the refresh condition means. See here, click on, actually you can also go with this wizard option. Again, manually we can apply, or you can also go with the condition builder also you can use. So I'll use condition builder, it will be easy for you. So like first name not equal to, see generally whenever input is given, so if not equal to null, see if null means okay it will not display, but whenever user give the input, so this is one condition. And other condition is or condition you can use, or if you want to display immediately after the last name value also, if given, if you want to display, select end logic. So that all depend upon your requirement. So after giving last name also, if you want to display the full name, so then other condition is last name not equal to null. See, null means like open quotes and close the quotes. Okay, see, but I'll be using or condition in this requirement. So whenever user give input for first and last name, immediately I want to display the full name value, or immediately I want to update the value in the full name. So this is one condition. So first you need to define in the layout settings of the full name. So save it first. Okay, or it will look like this. Same thing you can directly define in the refresh condition box also, manually we can define. Okay, like first name property not equal to null, or last name property if not equal to null. Then what is the requirement is some business logic we have to define. But what is about the business logic regarding this data transform, what is this, you'll understand later. As of now I'm just using this a particular rule, but more about this data transform you'll understand some examples in the next classes. And about this data transform also you'll understand some scenarios in the next classes. As of now only simple logic is required. So enable this checkbox now. See, even though there is another option activity, we prefer in this scenario, we can go for data transform rule and try to give any name. Means we are going to define a new rule here called data transform rule. So name anything we can give. So I'm giving some name as display name. Click on open. So here there is some function. This is a function actually. So for which property we are setting this function? So here full name equal to set full name equal to. So equal to is the relation condition, and in the source option, so again manually, so again there is a builder is there. Okay, builder will be there, but Here builder will be using for different scenarios, but in this requirement directly I can define the source directly. I can define, even though there are some other things, even expression builder, what is that, I'll discuss in the coming classes. But in this source box now, click on dot option. See first name plus last name. But see, before between these plus and plus, try to use double quotes. And if you need a space between the first and last name, so give one space. Okay, so between the first and last name value, if you need any space means, so in between these double quotes, so try to add some space so that when the display we are getting for the full name value, it will give a space automatically after the first and last name is reading. Okay, so save it. So again, don't worry about this data transform. We'll understand later, because to understand refresh conditions, compulsory some business logic rules we need to know. We need to define. Then only we can apply these refresh condition. So like that, not only visibility conditions at layout level and property level. So such refresh conditions also we can apply. And actually, this one you can set it as a read-only field. Okay, if you open these property settings, set as read-only always. Now you can check the preview, or you can execute the same in the flow level also. See, whenever I enter the, so it will automatically display the full name value. Okay, so like that in application, anytime if they want to display some like this, see, so many fields will be there like that. Whenever any input is given, automatically update the other value, full length value, if want to display automatically, and display that means this is the refresh conditions you can apply. Actually the same thing inside the layout one, actually you can drop the same inside the, see, this layout and all, you can drop it inside the this particular 1.1 also, you can drop it. Okay, okay, below it is dropping, give me 1 second. uh 1 second, I will add the sub layout in the, but again I need to apply the condition already. Before only if I drop means I'll get the display below. See, suppose if I want to get the full name value display below the first and last name means, see, try to add a sublayout called 1.1.1, and under this do these settings. Okay, because now it is not allowing to drop, because if I again change it means I need to again apply the same condition in the new layout again. Okay, so try to do that by adding the sub layout in the same 1.1, so that in the below the first and last name only you'll get the full name property. Okay, so like that you can do this. So where you need the display, accordingly there you can add the sub layout and apply the condition. Okay, so now flow level, if you see, same thing. See, other thing I want to show is whenever we execute the flow, see, previously means we are running the flows by opening the process category. So I need to every time open the flow and I need to run, right? See, I want to show you some setting here. See, whenever we need a flow execution, see, there is a menu called create menu. See, under this, if you see the, see, as of now, there is no any name, any flow name, it is not showing right now. Okay, but if you want to access your flow names from this menu and directly from here, if you want to run them, so there is one small setting is there in the application. So for doing that, see, go to this application menu once, definition page. See, requirement is like how to run the flows from the, how to view the flow names and run the flows from the create menu is the requirement. See, for that you need to go to this application definition page. Then you will get this page like this. This is the application definition page. Go to cases and data. See here, you need to mention your implementation class. See, what is implementation class? Nothing but your work layer. So implementation class means nothing but your work layer or work class. And see, enable this checkbox and give any name and save it. So after saving, after this adding this implementation class and selecting this checkbox, and see here name means you can give any flow name or any other random name you can mention. So with this what happens means any flows if you have in this work class or in the future, any modules if you are creating under this implementation, all the names it will show under this menu now. If you go to the menu, you can see all the flow names it will show here. Okay, what are the flows we add in the future also, it will show the list of those names in the menu, create menu category. So directly now I can I can open the flow and execute and run from here. Okay, so here display like this, but if you want to get the display below the first and last name means add a sublayout again in the Dynamic Layout 1.1 so that you can get the display directly inside the layout 1 only. Okay. So, but here I gave the layout separately. So that's the reason the display I'm getting in the right side. Okay. But you can try the same below this layout only. You can add a sub layout and under the sub layout configure these settings. Okay. So like that we can apply these visibility conditions and refresh conditions at UI level, page level, property level, layout level, anywhere, wherever requirement is there. So we can apply these visibility conditions and also the refresh conditions. Okay, so that all in PEGA, what is the requirement accordingly we have to choose these like say every template, complete template is there, right? Any condition if you're giving also, you'll be getting the complete condition templates and everything available. Only thing is what is the requirement here we have, based on that we have to choose the parameters. Okay, so it will be easy for anyone, not only technical people, even non-technical people also can easily apply these conditions. Okay, like that there are many other condition rules are there, condition templates are there. We'll understand many examples we are going to do. So okay, first any questions up to here? Any questions? Any questions still here? Okay, so then
Sir, I
I'm
have
going to, yes, tell me.
sir, I have a question. Here that when you enter the customer information, then you also type the data, right? But when I practice in the home, where on my PC, I can't type the data. So I think
Here,
what type of
execute the
error
flow.
is
That is no error at all. So execute the
okay?
flow, then you can also enter you can also enter the information.
Oh, thank
Okay, you
you.
can execute the flow, then you can also enter the information.
Oh, educated product.
Okay, so
Hmm.
see the next topic I'll be discussing on this activity rule. Actually, today I'll give just a small introduction, but tomorrow again I'll going to begin this topic. See in application, see like in the previous example when refresh condition is given, some data transform, some rule. I implemented one small step, but again about the data transform we are going to discuss again in the coming classes. See some business logic rules will be there, like where functions we can implement. See in the last example refresh condition, we're able to use the function like that. In PEGA application there are some rules like activities, data transforms. Okay, and there are data page, some rules are there where we can implement the logic. Like logic means like communicating with application to table, table to application, or communicating from PEGA to other applications related to that. Any business logic if want to add, so through this activity rule and through data transform, and means in every rule all the things are not possible. In activity means 80% of the business logic will be through activity we are going to configure. Some 20% using some data page and data transforms we are going to perform. Okay, so like that in application there are some business logic related rules are there, where it contains methods, functions, APIs. APIs means again, so APIs means application programming interface. In PEGA, there will be some predefined activities also called as APIs. So those also will be available. So those also again we need to use inside the activity rule only we need to use. So whenever we are going to apply any logic, suppose so you want to save any data to the table, or if you want to update any data to the table, or if you want to delete any data, if you want to fetch any data, or if you want to perform some call any condition, or if you want to execute any condition, or if you want to communicate with any external services or external connectors. So like the different methods will be there in the activity rule. Okay, so that all step by step, mean not in one session activity rule and all, every class we are going to understand some different scenarios, different methods and all. Till end of the classes we'll be working on this activity rule till the end of the sessions. Every alternate topic will be using this activity concept. So in one session you can't understand complete activity rule, but step by step we are going to discuss different methods we have in that. Okay, and different method parameters we have to use. Okay, that all different options will be there in activity. So it is like main heart of application. Okay, because most of the business logic in application through activity only we are going to define. So how to use that. So tomorrow I'll give some introduction to what is activity debugging process, I'll first discuss, and then there are some instructions in activity, I'll discuss that, and after that we are going to do the main examples using activity rule. Okay, but first part, first 30 minutes will be some introduction tomorrow, and after that I'll show one example how to implement the activity methods, like see database connectivity, how to, means database is already there and tables are there, but from table to application or application to table, how to communicate the data through activity methods only we can do all the configuration. See here, we don't write any queries. See, in some programming technologies and all, we need to write some SQL queries or SQL statements will be there. But in PEGA, so through methods, we can achieve the same configuration. So here queries will be generated in the backend. So whenever we use the method, automatically query SQL statements or SQL queries will be generated in the backend. So no need to change or no need to update also. PEGA means methods will be there or functions will be there. Just we have to use them and fill the requirement and complete the business logic. See, business logic in other technologies means compulsory programming or coding we have to define. But in PEGA means it will be simplified, very simplified. So through activity and data transform, most of the logical part will be defined in the application rule. Okay. So this particular rule again I'll continue in the next session. So any questions still here from previous topics, or any questions anyone?